And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Always a busy day here, even with this cold weather down here in Texas. We don't even know what cold weather is down here. It's been in the 20s this morning and pretty much 30s for the daytime high here on the Backstage Pass here in Texas. But warming up around Thursday, a little bit of a cold snap coming through. And I know Nashville's kind of going through a lot of snow, according to my publicist, Sherry Cranford, up there too at the same time. But we're digging our way out of it. Hopefully see some sunlight. And, of course, everybody stay safe in this winter weather. And, of course, tune in to the Backstage Pass out there, KKTC 99.9 True Country, which is our syndicated station, also hightidecountry.net. We are presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out at bangtail.com. Get your order in today of that great whiskey, and it'll warm you up in this cold weather, no doubt, if you get it sent before the cold snap comes and before winter's over. And, of course, our friend over at the CadenGordonShow.com. Today's best country mix out of Boston, Massachusetts. Well, pleased to welcome in a couple of guys I've been listening to for a while, and you guys have probably heard of, at least if you hadn't heard of, you're going to find out about them today. Jordan and Seth, of course, definitely been around music for a long time, and definitely pleased to have them here today. The Duggar Band joins us here on the Backstage Pass. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man, appreciate it.
Staying warm. I'm sure you guys are too. This has been a crazy winter, just like last year.
This is some of the weather where you just stay in the house for a little while.
Yes, that's what I say too. The 35, 36 degrees. At least it's above freezing for us down here in Texas too. Had a little bit of ice, no snow down here too, because it never really snows in Texas here too. But we're making the best of it here on the show, and of course trying to get through the next couple of days here with this freeze warning in the area. Well, I tell you what, I know you guys are the sons of pastors, which is awesome out there too, and you've been around this Tennessee community for a long time. Just kind of remind the audience out there who may not know the Duggar Band, how all this came to be as far as growing up around music, like I said, sons of a pastor's kid and at the same time kids, and then bringing this to the light, man, knowing you guys were going to form the group called the Duggar Band.
Yeah, so we started out, our parents both sing, and they're pastors. They started pastoring whenever I was first born, and my dad toured with his family doing Southern gospel music, and so we sang on our first record with them when I was 4 and Jordan was 7. So we got a really early start at it. And we just fell in love with music, just fell in love with everything to do with it, hearing stories about them traveling on a bus whenever we were kids. And it just kind of made us want to pursue that. And when we got into middle school and high school, it became more of a passion for us. We wanted to do it more full time. And we both went to college. But then after that, we decided to just go full time into music. And so that's kind of where we got our start. And it's been a long journey, but it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
No doubt, too. Of course, making fans along the way, putting out some great music we're going to talk about today, including a new album that comes out February the 16th, too. But also understand both you guys are graduates of UTSA, of course, the UT up there, University of Tennessee up there, with degrees. You mentioned that, too. I believe one of you guys had architecture. Did the other have finance?
Yes, sir. I majored in architecture, and then Seth majored in finance. So we started playing a lot of shows when we were in college, and we got up to we was probably playing about 4 times a week when we were in school. And we both finished, though, graduated, got our degrees, and then soon after we finished college, we just started doing music full time after that.
You guys had a lot of different genres of music, but I love the fact that you come together and really kind of have this, country rock and kind of pop flavor too at the same time. And I love that you guys really are paying tribute to a lot of that great music, you guys grew up listening to with things like Ricky Skaggs and a little bit of that Brad Paisley. Talk a little bit about just growing up listening to that type of music and how important is it to write and record, something that you guys want to put out that's kind of a tribute to the folks you grew up listening to.
Yes, we have a lot of different musical influences. And, of course, we grew up in church, like Seth mentioned. And then some of my earliest memories is riding a school bus to go to school, and they had country on the radio then. And so you got introduced at an early age to it here in East Tennessee. And then when we started playing our instruments, I started out when we first really got serious about music, because we play multiple instruments, but guitar was kind of my main thing, and Seth's was fiddle. And so when I started learning guitar, a lot of our family members play different instruments. And so one of my uncles gave me a Merle Haggard CD to learn. And so that was kind of the first one I learned guitar licks to. And then after that was Ricky Skaggs, and then some Brad Paisley, and just went on from there. And so a lot of those early influences was just from us learning our instruments. And then we started to, really fall in love with the songs. And then sometime later on, started singing country. But we really were introduced to the country genre, as far as listening from a very young age, but then really got into it when we was learning our instruments, because that really helped us learn and develop, what kind of players we are and that kind of thing.
Y'all had a great EP that I enjoyed listening to. I believe it came out in 2018, East Tennessee Sun. Tell us all about this, because this song really opened up a lot of doors. And, it's really cool to kind of follow how music evolves from the first selection you put out, maybe an EP or a single, until this new album, which we're going to talk about, Turning the Night Up, which comes out February 16th. It's here in a few weeks. Talk about just that song and the impact it made on you guys as a band.
Yeah, so East Tennessee Sun was really special to us. We wrote it about the area that we grew up in, and East Tennessee is always going to be a special place for us. Most of our family still lives there. We split time whenever we're not in Nashville or on tour, and so we still stay in Greenville a lot of the time. It's just a really special place. If you've never been to East Tennessee, I'd highly recommend it. It's one of the most beautiful places in the nation, I think. But that song was really special to us. It talked a lot about our childhood, a lot of things that we lived. And so I think that song really meant a lot to us in that regards. And it was the first song that we pushed to radio nationally. And it really opened up a lot of doors for us. And we're really, really happy that happened and thankful for us.
Yeah, before we play one here on the show, I loved actually Warning Label that led off that particular record there too as well. Tell us all about, and the listeners, about how that one came about.
Yeah, so Jordan kind of had the idea for this one. I'll let him tell you a little bit about it. But Warning Label, pretty cool one.
Yeah, kind of a song that talks about that girl that gets you to do some crazy stuff to try to. And I know us guys, we always looking to try to get a girl's attention, and so sometimes they can get you into trouble, and that song tries to talk about just a girl that you're willing to do basically whatever it takes to get her attention, short of going to jail, hopefully. But that's kind of how that song came about. So just put together a little fun song called Warning Label, and the music's real high energy, kind of fits that. And I'm scared of heights, so there's a line in there about climbing a water tower. I haven't met a girl yet that's made me climb a water tower. It'd take a really, really, I'm not saying none of them were special, but I'm super scared of heights. So if you see me, it's for real then.
Yeah, a couple of those things may have just been made up.
Yeah.
It's all.
The beauty of three people is you can kind of take multiple put together, and so it doesn't have to be just one of us. And so the whole heights thing, that's my weakness. So unless I'm attached to something, I don't like something I fall off of. So but yeah, that's a fun song. That's one of the earliest songs that we wrote in Nashville as a co-writing. So that's cool, and we still play it in our shows a lot of it now.
There's some really good stuff off that EP, no doubt. I love another one you guys have put out as a single. And it's kind of, I call it the countdown, which is 3, 2, 1, Kiss Me. And I want to get in kind of a little bit of a backstory of that one too as well.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. When we go to writing sessions, we typically throw out some ideas at the beginning. So there's typically 3. For us, it's typically me and my brother and one other guy that's writing. Occasionally we've had 2 other people, but typically it's a 3-person write with us. And so we'll usually get to a session, throw out 3 or 4 one-liners, just ideas like, for instance, that idea was 3, 2, 1, Kiss Me. And so that was the idea that was thrown out.
And that's based on a true story too.
I was getting ready to let you tell that. But that story came about. Jordan had the idea for it and threw it out there. And so that was the idea that we kind of wanted to go with. But he kind of lived that experience. But we all kind of throw in our one-liners, and it's based on our own experiences. And so there might be a song that like I have the idea on because I've kind of lived it. And so we're able to write something, and the other 2 people are able to feed into that to kind of expound on it. But for instance, 3, 2, 1, Kiss Me was more Jordan's thing. So we were just kind of able to help feed into some of the true things that happened with him. So it's pretty
interesting story about that song is that's the first song. We've written a lot of songs with our friend Bill DeLuigi, and that was
Oh,
the
yeah.
first co-write we ever had with Bill. And we got together, and until you write together with somebody for a little while, you're kind of feeling each other out. And we were new to Nashville, and so the whole writing with random people and that kind of thing, everybody's kind of feeling each other out, especially if you're new at it and know each other as a person. You're just locked in this room for 4 hours and expected to come out with a song. And so we had the idea for the hook, which, like Seth said, based on a true story. And that actually, there's a photo booth somewhere on Broadway, so you can go find it and figure out what it was. But the song started out just because now when we write with Bill, we've written together much. It's like sometimes in just an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we just click because we know how each other's thinking. We're able to normally get a great direction and that kind of thing. But that first one, we had cool lyrics, but somehow the song ended up, and if you listen to it now, it's an up-tempo, real high-energy song. But it was our first write together, so somehow the song ended up like this mid-tempo. And after we finished writing it, we were like, hey, we love the lyrics, but this song seems sad. Like 3, 2, 1, kiss me. Like, I don't want you to kiss me kind of stuff. And so we just put it up because we're like, I don't know if we can put that out because that doesn't seem right to us. So we let it set for, that was a couple years because it didn't make the a couple of the early recordings that we did. And we just kind of put it on a shelf for a little while. And then we kind of came back to it with a fresh set of ears and was like, hey, this needs to be like high energy and really express what's happening in the song. Like, this girl is a girl that you're actually interested in, not somebody you're trying to. And so we were able to kind of reapproach it and put the energy that it needed to have for what the lyric was, and to a point that we were happy with it and able to record it. So it's fun to see some of these songs. They just lie dormant for a while, and every songwriter like that. Some you just put away, and then a few years later you come back to and you're like, hey, let's this song's pretty cool, let's do something with it. And so that's the case with this one.
Well, I love that one too as well. We got a lot to talk about too, and some ground to cover with Turning the Night Up, which is the latest album coming out February 16th on a Friday too as well. We'll talk about some songs here you can pre-order now wherever you download or stream music, and get 3 songs off of that record too. You guys can listen to Shot Caller, Barn Burner, and one called Take Me Back, which is out there according to that album too. 8 songs coming out there again February 16th. And Turning the Night Up. You can also check out DuggarBand.com for the 2024 tour dates, merchandise, grab some there too as well. We got to take a timeout. We'll come back. A performance coming up from the guys here on the show, and we'll talk about some shows coming up the rest of this week and into February, as our countdown to Country Radio Seminar is on February 28th to March 1st at the Omni Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. A word from our friends at Bangtail Whiskey and the CadenGordonShow.com. Today's best country mix here at KKTC True Country 99.9, and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. Coming back, more with the Duggar Band. Stay tuned.
The Caden Gordon Show is a 2-hour show playing the best in country music. So check it out at thecadengordonshow.com. Again, that is thecadengordonshow.com.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here, the Duggar Band on the show, turning the night up. We're going to do that today here on a Tuesday. Hard to believe it feels like a Wednesday already, too, with the half the week being gone with all this winter weather coming through. Hope everybody's staying safe and indoors. And if you're playing in the snow, I wish I had snow down here in Texas to be able to say those words, but I don't here on the Backstage Pass. Powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com. You can find all the shows there archived and, of course, out there too here 7 nights a week. KKTC True Country 99.9, our syndicated station, New Mexico and into Colorado. And, of course, our friends always at High Tide Country. .net. So excited about this album. I know you guys are too. I mentioned those 3 songs that people could download to kind of pre-order right now. Let's hear something here. I know people are tired of hearing me talking, ready to hear some music. So let's do this, guys.
Well, here's one off the Turning the Night Up record. It's called Take Me Back.
Here we go.
I rolled the window down out on Old State Road. I hit another gear when I turned on the radio. First time feeling a song comes on and then it's like you're here again. And take me back to when our love was younger. Hearts ran wild and we felt the thunder. Lightning just don't strike twice like that. Take me back to before I let you leave. And I messed up what was meant to be. I didn't even realize what I had. Don't say you can't, don't say it's too late. Take me back. I put the visor down after a mile or 2. The pictures fell out we took in that photo booth. 3, 2, 1, I could hear the camera click. Caught us in the middle of the kicks. And take me back to when our love was young. Hearts ran wild and we felt the thunder. Lightning just don't strike twice like that. And take me back to before I let you leave. And I messed up what was meant to be. I didn't even realize what I had. Don't say you can't, don't say it's too late. Take me back. And do you ever think of me like I think of you? Like me and you are way too good to lose. You're everything that I could ever want, and I can't move on. Take me back to when our love was younger. Hearts ran wild and we felt the thunder. Lightning just don't strike twice like that. Take me back to before I let you leave. And I messed up what was meant to be. I didn't even realize what I had. Don't say you can't, don't say it's too late. Take me back. Oh, take me back. Take me back in your arms. Give it another minute. See how it feels, girl. My life is better with you in it.
Can keep hearing them sing all day. See what happens. You drift off here in the middle of a program. No, I'm just kidding here. On the Backstage Pass, which is Take Me Back off the record there from the Duggar Band, Jordan and Seth, Turning the Night Up, which comes out February 16th. And, of course, coming up here in a little bit, we'll have another performance off the record or anything the guys want to play. I always say the second one seems to be dealer's choice here on the show here, too. How excited are you guys? I mean, again, it's always cool to get new music out to the fans. I mean, that's the biggest thing here. I know we got the Duggar Army kind of tuning in here with us today. Love Take Me Back and the songs here, too. So appreciate you guys tuning in here live at the sportsguys podcast.com and out there KKTC True Country 99.9. But these are 8 songs that people have not heard, including, I mean, obviously 3 now if you buy the record. And, of course, Take Me Back there, too. This new music, the sound, and, of course, to begin a new year with a new record. Talk about that.
Man, it's exciting for us. It's a long process going from the writing stage to picking the songs, to recording the music for the song. Well, first the demos and the actual music and just the whole process of recording. It takes a while. And so it's a long body of work to get a song out there. And for us, we love the writing process. We love the recording process, but the most enjoyment, I guess you could say, at least for me, is being able to play a new song for the first time for all of our fans at a concert and getting to see and hear the reactions to it. And so that for me is one of the most exciting parts, is getting some new music out there and then getting to see the feedback and see what people like and what they don't like as much. Lots of times we'll pick a song that's kind of our favorite off the record, and sometimes that's fans' favorite as well. But other times we're surprised by what kind of takes off and people like the most. And so that's always a cool part for us.
Yeah, the new sound's great. Love the record too, and love these songs. Can't wait for it to come out there February 16th. So go ahead and pre-order now and get those 3 songs, and of course listen to the rest the midnight of the 15th or 16th. You have the full-length album right there too at the same time. I know you guys, one of the things that I loved hearing about is you love to give back. And one of the cool things that you guys did was, and I'm a school teacher by trade, love music. I love how kids learn through music, and this independent kind of school program, A Dream Worth Chasing. Talk about this for me a little bit.
That's something that we kind of just developed over a little bit of time. We grew up in school. We played. We were in the band and chorus, and we also played like 3 sports each. So we started out with a busy schedule early on in life, and but we really appreciate music programs and what it can do for schools and for communities. And so once we graduated and started doing music full time, some of our former teachers asked us if we could come back and do like a concert at some schools that we'd gone to. We're like, okay, yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do it. And so it just kind of started as something like that, where they said, hey, last day of school, we want you guys to come in and just you and Seth bring a guitar and fiddle or whatever and just do some songs. And we did that one. And then some of the other schools heard about it, and they're like, hey, we want you guys to come over here. And so we added a few more school shows, and then we had some businesses here in East Tennessee kind of get behind it and say, hey, we like what you're doing. Let's do some more of these. And one of those is Food City. They have like a school bucks program. And so they, can raise money for their schools through receipts and that kind of thing. And so then we partnered with them to kind of grow it even more. And it was growing a lot up until COVID happened, and that shut everything down for a little while. But we're actually getting things rolling again with those shows this year. And so we're excited to be doing some of that again. And we remember when we were kids, people from different professions come into school, a race car driver or plumber or fireman, whatever it was. I mean, as a kid, you just look up to these people and you're like, oh, that's so cool. Like, that's what I want to do when I grow up. And so to see kids be inspired, and we've actually, we've done this for a certain amount of time now, to where we've had parents send us emails and say, hey, my kids started playing an instrument because they saw you guys. And now some of them are going on to like major in music, and it's like cool that we were able to have that kind of impact. And even if a kid's not going into music, we just want to be an encouragement that, hey, you can chase your dream. Doesn't matter your background, like you can do what you want to do in life. And so that's the message that we want to get out to these kids, and just be another positive voice to really show some support. Like, hey, like you can be something, and don't give up on you. So it's a cool thing for us, and it's like just an opportunity for us even early on in our career to try to give back. We can give back our time. Like, we haven't been able to pay to build a new school or something like that yet, but we're able to give time. And so that's something that really means a lot to us. And throughout our entire career, from from here to the end, we want to give back and pay it forward to the next generation. So
No, well said. Commend you guys for doing what you're doing there too. And it's from one teacher who loves music and teaches through music too at the same time with the show, and of course different bands and solo artists that I have here on the show. It's pretty cool to see them kind of just converge on it and really kind of get down to learn through different things. And the elementary schools now are really doing a great job, I think, out there learning through music or have some type of music program. So definitely commend you guys for putting out a great community program that's going to just really have kids flock to it, whether they're majoring in music or not. So congratulations on doing the world just a little bit of good. We need a little bit more of that in today's world too as well. We got to take a timeout here on the show, of course, and pay some bills here. Coming back with the guys, we'll have another performance, and of course, get into rapid fire, one of my favorite segments here, to get to know the guys more on that personal basis. Just a series of funny questions we get to throw out there and kind of see what drums up some good answers out there too. Our friends at Bangtail Whiskey, check them out at bangtail.com and the CadenGordonShow.com. Today's best country mix. We're coming back, another performance, and turning the night up here on a Tuesday too as well. The album comes out February 16th from the Duggar Band. Also check out DuggarBand.com as we count down to Country Radio Seminar. We'll be there broadcasting live from Nashville. Thanks to our sponsors there again, too. February 28th to March 1st in Nashville, Tennessee at the beautiful Omni Hotel. And hopefully we'll have some great spring weather to talk about by that time, too, as well. Coming right back, more with the Duggar Band. Stay tuned.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
The Bangtail Pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the show, the Duggar Band joining us here on this Tuesday. And, of course, coming up this week, some great shows. Elise Saunders is going to drop by. She is actually one of the faces of Amazon Music now, too, with her single coming out. I believe it's this week on Friday. And Zach Top coming up here in a few weeks, as well as Craig Campbell. Gretchen Wilson going to come by, too, here on the Backstage Pass. Looking forward to talking to Gretchen about the 20th anniversary of just a lot of things going on from those great songs back in 03, 04, back in, I guess, my college days. And, of course, we'll have more great shows. Steve Dean coming by next week, hit songwriter out there, too. He wrote Roundabout Way for George Strait, and a whole lot more great shows coming up at the SportsGuysPodcast.com and out there at KKTC True Country 99.9 in New Mexico and up into Colorado, and our friends at HighTideCountry.net. So another performance. We're going to hear something off the new record, or is this something new or not released yet? What's coming up here?
Yeah, so we'll play a song that's on the Turning the Night Up record.
All right.
And Shot Caller just talks about a girl who kind of like Jordan, just kind of the girl that you do anything for, and it's one of those nights that you just want to have a date night and let her call all the shots. And so song talks about.
There we go.
I can be there at your place and 5, slinging gravel out your driveway. You can hit me back when you're ready. Which way to go? We can take it fast and take it slow. Either way, you know, girl, that I'm gonna lose my mind when we find a back road after midnight. Lose control when we slow dance out in the headlights. Anything you need, I give it everything I got. Tell me what you want, baby. You can be the shot caller. Ooh, the shot caller. You can be the shot caller. I lose my mind when we find a back road after midnight. I lose control when we slow dance out in the headlights. Anything you need, I give it everything I got. Tell me what you want, baby. You can be the shot caller. Oh, the shot caller. You can be the shot caller. need, I give it everything I got. Tell me what you want, baby, give me a shot. I lose my mind when we find the back road after midnight. Lose control when we slow dance out in the headlights. Anything you need, I give it everything I got. Tell me what you want, baby, you can be the shot caller. Oh, the shot caller. You can be the shot caller.
Oh yeah, shot caller too, and I'm gonna let the Duggar Army take over with this comment too. Of course, people out there listening cannot see this, but the ones that can see out there too, yeah, that's pretty much what I've said all show. That's how good this project is. Download this album; all the songs incredible, turning the night up from the Duggar Band. Jordan and Seth out there too, DuggarBand.com, and get it now February 16th. It comes out too, so keep the comments coming. And Chris and Sherry and everybody tuning in, appreciate you guys out there. KKTC True Country 99.9, of course, hightidecountry.net, our streaming stations, and hear the show 7 nights a week, and out there too, always at the sportsguyspodcast.com. All right, I tell you what, have a little fun with Rapid Fire. Love to throw this stuff out here to do this because I can't wait to have you guys back, especially new album comes out. We'll get more information on that coming up, but please download it now too. Turning the night up from the Duggar Band out there too as well. All right, football this weekend. I was disappointed. I didn't have really a dog in the fight. You see my cap, and it was the old Cardinals. We didn't make it this year, but number 4 pick in the NFL draft coming up too. And for most of it, it was a great super wild card weekend because if I had to see the Cowboys lose, that's my second favorite team, and be disappointing down here from Texas, then it was great to see the Eagles lose last night. I guess, one, did you guys have a dog in the fight? And two, how was super wild card weekend for you guys? Did you get a chance to watch some playoff football?
Man, I don't really want to talk about it because I'm that hurt over it. So our team, Bob, and I mean, the most favorite team we could ever even think about liking is the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Too young to remember the last Super Bowl. And I feel like I'm the only, the year that I was born, I feel like if you're a Cowboys fan, it has to be the absolute worst because I don't remember the 90s. I don't remember the 3 Super Bowls we won. And so ever since that I can remember liking football from the time I was 6 or 7 years old, we've been bad and we've not won anything. And like my brother, he can remember the last Super Bowl, and my dad is a huge Cowboys fan.
I can barely remember the fact
but
that
I don't even remember anything about it. And so it's so frustrating.
There's a 3.5 year difference.
Yeah.
I'm not,
but I mean, it's at that age difference where I was 4 years old, and so I don't even know what football was at that time. Jordan watching a couple plays from the game or whatever, but it's so frustrating for me, and I don't know what we're going to do to fix it. But I'm so thankful the Eagles lost as well. That is also a huge rival for us, and I'm glad that happened. But yeah, man, it was not a good wild card weekend for us.
well, we're in Dallas for one of the games this past season. Got to go down on the field and throw a ball with our dad, and our mom was with us too. But yeah, we're huge Cowboy fans, and it hurts because every year we just expect to go all the way. And for as long as we've been able to remember everything, we haven't made it. So not. Yeah, like you said, seeing the Eagles go down, to all Eagles fans out there, sorry about it.
Get with us. That's fine.
Come on and feel the pain. So yeah, not a great football weekend for us. I mean, being snowed in, watching Cowboys get thrashed, it was a bad time. But yeah. Hopefully, it's always next year. If you're a Cowboy fan, you've heard that.
You've heard that. Yeah.
I'll take Eagles too.
Yeah, they helped the Cowboys get the.
But they beat us too.
NFC.
So
well, yeah, one win with Josh Dobbs, the quarterback, and yeah. So I say 4-13, a lot to build on there next year. But I'm hoping to get Marvin Harrison Jr., Ohio State receiver, in the draft for us too, because we don't need a quarterback. We're already committed there. We got Gannon from the Eagles, who I think is a great coach. But one of those things, you lose some guys to free agency, you have to rookie step up, and Injuries always a part of the issue too as well. We got to get healthy coming up next year, offensive line. So definitely we'll see the strength of schedules next season. But you stick with your team. We always say next year's there, and that's why they have the NFL season. I couldn't believe a stat that I saw too was online. It was pretty true. The Houston Texans, seeing what they've done just in the whole rookie campaign of the coach and of course the receivers and the quarterback and things like that with CJ Stroud, 5 playoff wins since their inception in 2002. Dallas 4 for the last 21 years.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's amazing. Or 23 years, whatever the math is, if I'm off. But since the inception of the franchise, that's crazy. 5 playoff wins for the Houston Texans and, of course, 4 for the Dallas Cowboys. Unbelievable. I can't even.
By getting Jim finally in the Ring of Honor this
That was cool. Yeah.
December.
It was.
Yeah, but I think it was too late. And so we didn't
break the curse.
Yeah. But
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, I'd tell you this: if there's a guy named Bill Belichick that comes in, depending on where he wants to coach and kind of what operations he wants to do, if Jerry can ever relinquish that chair and say, "Look, I'm not going to have all 60 titles that I own or whatever," and let somebody come in, director of football operations or a GM at some point. I've always said that too since 96, 95, whatever it was, Super Bowl 30 when they played the Phoenix Cardinals at the time and beat Arizona in that Super Bowl, back then too as well, or actually was the NFC Championship game too, but beating that, it was actually in Tempe, Arizona, I believe, Super Bowl 30, and Dallas's last Super Bowl win. Hard to believe it's been that long. But I tell you, a team that felt good was the Detroit Lions since, 93? Breaking that playoff drought and getting their first playoff win. So some good divisional games this weekend there, and I'm hoping that the Chiefs fall, so we get a brand new Super Bowl with 2 new teams in it, and of course, kind of rooting for the Buffalo Bills. One of my family members is a huge Bills fan, and they believe in it. Just been through disappointment since those 90s too as well.
Yeah, and Cowboys contributed to that, thankfully. Back, I hear at least. I don't remember. You see on VHS what we used to do.
Let me ask you this one here. When you guys go out in Nashville, what are some of the favorite restaurants to go to and eat at?
Oh, man. You've got Edley's for barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
Julio's for Mexican. What are some of your favorites?
So I'm a big hibachi person,
Mm-hmm.
and Seth, he likes hibachi, but every time we're in town, I'm like, I've got to have some hibachi. And so one of the places that we found early on when we moved to Nashville was Ninky, and maybe we can get some sponsors from all these plugs, but a little discount, but they have great filet. And so like, there's a lot of hibachi places that are good, but some of them have good filet, some of them don't, but I love the there. And so that's definitely high on the list. I'm not what you mentioned, Edley's, Uncle Julio's, Hattie B's is great.
Oh yeah.
We love going there. The Pharmacy in East Nashville, if you like a good burger. I like the farm burger where they put everything in. It's got the egg, bacon, ham. So don't eat there often because we eat bad, but not that bad all the time. But it's got some healthy stuff there too.
I'm trying to do better. It just never ends up the way I want to go to. I love this comment. Karen comes in. She goes,
we'll get you a list of it up. We'll have to go try some food out together.
Yeah, we'll get to town there for that. If you guys are in town for the CRS, then definitely let's meet up and show me around. If you went to a few of these places the previous 2 years, we were there for the big event, so we'll have to meet up and definitely just I'm always there too because I've had my co-host Kirsty. She's come around, done some things there too, and taken me to a few great restaurants too. She's also an artist in the area too, Kirsty Krause, and of course a lot of great restaurants there too. Then I'll hang with you guys and just give me a lift somewhere too, or just tell me, hey, grab the Uber and go this place too. So,
that'll be good.
I love Karen's comment. Well, I say it's go Bills, no doubt too. Good luck to them. And then she said, I'm a Lions NFC fan. Sorry. Okay. Well, good luck to those teams coming up this week. Hey, do y'all remember the first song you ever performed live on stage? And it could be a cover. What was that tune?
One of the earliest I remember, it was the first record Seth and I did was He's Still Working on Me. It was a gospel song. And we sang that in the studio when I was 7, he was 4. We couldn't even talk plain then. So some of the words I had to struggle to understand. But I remember singing that with our family. And of course, with the kids and stuff, just singing different church songs. But that really stood out as being us two and the all eyes on us kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a great record. It's a tremendous story. Congratulations on all the great outside work you guys do. Y'all done a lot of organizational stuff before, too. And, of course, the community program there for schools and all that great stuff there, too. And this new album is going to be already, like I said, being talked about amongst the Duggar Army out there, too, spreading the word. And, of course, out there, I've got to listen to a lot of the tracks. And I can tell you guys, it's a barn burner of an album, no pun intended, for the song on there too. But I do love that song that's included on there for that title track. And of course, Turning the Night Up is coming out February 16th from the Duggar Band. Make sure you guys check it out across all those digital platforms. Get the pre-order in. And guys, appreciate you being with me. And definitely as we get closer to it, maybe we'll do this again. And I'll be there in Music City the 28th of February to March 1st. We can hang out, get something to eat, check it out, show me around town a little bit. I've got some things we're going to do that are set in stone, but there's some things that are unscripted that are not set in stone. So we'll be able to kind of, be flexible, and appreciate you guys being here and hope you enjoyed the visit. And we'll do this again, no doubt.
Absolutely, man.
Thanks
We
a lot for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it. And check them out at DuggarBand.com for more information out there on the tour dates. And Turning the Night Up comes out February the 16th. Keep those comments coming as we go off the air too. Yeah, Karen, I grew up in Western New York. I lived both in Cincinnati, and second home is Nashville for reasons. So there you go. She's got the Lions fan for NFC and the Bills for AFC. We'll read some comments off the air too as well, and a heartache for the Cowboys for another year gone by. There's always next year coming up there too for our NFC East rivals, Eagles, and the Dallas Cowboys there for the National Football Conference too. Thanks to our friends at Bangtail Whiskey and the CadenGordonShow.com. Today's best country mix. Check out his show. He does a fantastic job on the East Coast there. And of course, our friends KKTC True Country 99.9 and also at HighTideCountry.net. And always catch the show, the SportsGuysPodcast.com, coming up here over the next few days. Zach Top and hit songwriter Steve Dean, and a whole lot more. Gretchen Wilson, Craig Campbell, Wade Hayes coming by in February. So check it out too, as a lot of the great artists have some great projects to announce. We'll see you tomorrow on the Backstage Pass. Hopefully a little warmer in Texas, and hopefully a little warmer in your area too as well. We'll see you soon. Take care. And hard to believe we're halfway through January. Keep it going out there too. Keep supporting live music. We'll see you soon. Take care.